Giovanna, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me. I definitely appreciate it. Um, so you have worked in IP in Spain for several years. How is the current COVID-19 situation affecting the legal sector in general, and what are the major changes you've seen in the last few months?
I think having this this big overview of the whole sector is not easy. What I can tell you that Spain has been one of the worst affected countries so far, but we have seen the government step up, and we have seen the European Union step up. And you might argue that the measures are not enough, but government is taking the step to protect the people and the companies, and with that I think helping the legal sector and the IP sector in general. I think the measures will help us all, individuals, companies, and the legal sector. But how is it affected? I think what I've seen in my clients, I have clients that have been tremendously affected because they work in the tourism industry, and they had to completely shut down. And they have taken measures that I'm so proud that they managed to do that. They have they went above and beyond for their employees, their team. And now they are trying to, okay, we cannot provide their services anymore, but we need to continue for ourselves. And for the employees we had to let go, not to go bankrupted, but we want to be back in business soon. So I have clients that haven't been affected at all. Things are still running smooth, like in the food sector. Is still, people are still buying their food, so there's no effect there. But mostly people are worried about their employees, how they're going to manage all the employees, their rents, tax, and the basic of a business, the basic operation of a business. IP probably comes in a second stage.
Right. Yeah, so it sounds like the corporations are really stepping up and bringing more of a humane side of things to really help their employees during this national crisis, international crisis. And yeah, we're seeing that a lot all across the world. Similar, more compassionate and empathetic to the employees. So that's great. And you have you've had solid experience in managing the preparation, the filing, and prosecution of patents, trademarks, and industrial designs. How is the current situation affecting this line of work in particular?
Though most legal systems and in patent office have postponed and the deadlines, they are still working on the prosecution. They're still accepting applications. So companies can still be working and protecting and start the protection of their intellectual assets. When everything is okay, we tend to splurge a little bit and invest in non-core, non-essential assets. But when things get a little bit tight, we tend to abandon those non-essential assets.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That yeah, for sure. Companies are sort of giving themselves a little bit of sort of consolidating and seeing what's the most beneficial moving forward. And you're familiar with the European, American, Brazilian, and Chinese markets. How does COVID-19 affect this international collaboration?
I think we become stronger as um, teams, as localized teams. We become more concerned about each other's safety and healthy, and not only actual the actual health, physical health, but the actual mental and economic health. So we want to support each other more, and that can be translated in being a little bit more sensitive with the fees. But I don't think it goes that route. It goes beyond that. It goes more into how can we actually support you in what you're doing with your clients, and how can we enforce and strengthen those relationships together.
Wow. Yeah. So that's definitely a powerful impact that could actually affect and help the consumer with this new collaboration and empathy and awareness of each other to try to build something greater to help the world, during this crisis and moving forward. And have you seen, based on the familiarity with these various markets, you had mentioned there were uh, there was certain impacts on certain industries more than others. What would you say? Is there any specific budgetary impact that you would say affected a specific industry, or in a good way, or in a positive or in a negative light?
If we're talking about the tourism industry, we are obviously thinking about huge budgetary issues. There's no income coming at all. If you have a restaurant or if you have an airline, you know, it's just horrendous, the panorama. But I don't think in the legal sector and in the IP sector we can extrapolate what is happening in the other sectors.
Interesting. And is there anything else you would like to add that reflects how the legal sector has been impacted by the global reality we are currently living in?
I think the greatest impact is that all jurisdictions have realized they need to step up on their technology game so that the whole legal system is not collapsed and we can still work and have legal decisions and things happening. I think this is the biggest impact in the sector.